If you know in your heart of hearts that the Democrats, once they return to power, will eliminate the filibuster, why not just do it now?
Maria, I've always supported the filibuster because I believe it's a way, it's a tool that Republicans can use to protect ourselves against the terrible things that Democrats would love to do. They would love for the Republicans to get rid of the filibuster. You know what the Democrats want to do? They've talked about it. They want to expand the Supreme Court from 9 to 13 with radical judges who really don't believe in the Constitution. They want to make D.C. and Puerto Rico states with 4 new Democrat senators, and they want to change the voting rules to eliminate voter ID, making it easier for illegal immigrants to vote. I'm against all of those things, and I'm going to continue to say, talking to other members of our delegation and the Republicans, I think the filibuster protects us from those sorts of things, and we can use a second reconciliation bill with 51 votes if need be.
That's Wyoming Senator John Barrasso with me yesterday, warning Democrats would love for Republicans to eliminate the filibuster as it would eventually make way for their partisan agenda, including expanding the Supreme Court and eliminating voter ID requirements. It comes as Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent joins the president in support of ending the filibuster. In a new op-ed, he argues the Democrats used it to hold the government hostage during the recent shutdown and could potentially use it again come January when funding runs out. Joining me now is Tennessee Congressman David Kustoff. Congressman, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. Your reaction to all of this debate on the filibuster.
Well, I thought about this quite a lot, and I'll remind people in 2021, the House of Representatives, when it was under the control of Pelosi, Biden's president, Schumer's the majority leader of the Senate, we took a vote in the House to make Washington, D.C. the 51st state. And it did pass the House of Representatives. Because of the filibuster, it never got a vote in the Senate because they couldn't get 60 votes. If there had not been the filibuster, D.C. would have become the 51st state, and therefore you would have had 102 United States senators, and I would argue that it would be very hard for Republicans to get the majority in the United States Senate. So I listened to those comments from Senator Barrasso. I think he makes a lot of sense, and I think Republicans have to be very cautious. I thought about this debate a lot during the shutdown, and there's no doubt that if there were no filibuster, there wouldn't have been a shutdown. But the fact of the matter is that at some point, Democrats may retake control of the Senate, and I would like to think that there would be senators like in the past, like Manchin and Sinema, and now senators like Fetterman that would protect the filibuster.
Yeah, in fact, we spoke with Kyrsten Sinema on this program just last week. She joined me, and I asked her about this. Watch what she said. Watch this. Yeah, it's for the American people, after all. But, I mean, that's why you left, right? I mean, do you feel that you got a sense from your colleagues on the Democrat side that they will remove it if they're in control?
No, Maria, I'm not sure what they would do. I can tell you that when I retired, one Democratic senator came up to me and apologized for opposing me and my position on the filibuster. So that's one person. That's good.
That's just one? All right.
Just one.
Well, it's interesting. I understand your position there. We'll see what the Democrats do when and if they get back into power and whether or not they would share your fairness in terms of your thinking there. I want to get to this, though. Nearly 3,000 arrests since the creation of the Memphis Safe Task Force, including 319 gang members. The task force seizing 488 firearms, have located 117 missing children. Wow. Meanwhile, a Tennessee judge temporarily blocking the governor's deployment of the National Guard to Memphis, ruling that the use of the troops was likely not legal under the state's militia law, Congressman. You will join AG Pam Bondi to provide an update on the Memphis Safe Task Force. What are you trying to message here?
Well, a number of things. So the Attorney General Pam Bondi will be in Memphis today, along with our Governor Bill Lee and our 2 senators, Bill Hagerty and Marsha Blackburn. We have literally almost 2,000 law enforcement people on the ground here in Memphis, federal, state, local. Your statistics show they have made a tremendous difference. Memphis is a great city. Memphis has so much to offer. and it's a great place to live, a great place to live to raise a family. But during COVID, crime got unreasonably high. This task force has restored law and order to Memphis and to Shelby County. And Maria, there's a new vibe in Memphis, where before people were concerned about crime, they were concerned about going out. They're now going downtown. They're now going to restaurants. They're going to tourist attractions. We're seeing tourists come into Memphis. It's been a win-win, and I can't emphasize the coordination between local, state, and federal law enforcement and local, state, and federal public officials who have made this a success. I think that this is a model for other big cities that have seen a spike in violent crime, whether it's Chicago or New Orleans or other cities across the nation. They can look at Memphis as a blueprint and say, Memphis did it right.
Yeah. Well, I'll never forget when Kash Patel sat with me and told me that he was surprised to learn as FBI director that Memphis, Tennessee was the homicide capital of the country. So I really was unaware of how tough it's been there, actually. So, Congressman, thank you for your efforts. We'll be watching you today with the AG. Thank you so much. David Kustoff.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you for having me.
Joining us.